Daily Shaver. This morning, I'll tell you what's been happening with me and why the Daily Shave has become worse than the irregular shaver. The fact is, I've had some ill health. I've had it for about 12 months on and off. My first attack was about 12 months ago, but the last 3 months, it's gotten from niggling to worse to having stuck me in hospital at random periods. What is it? We didn't know. I didn't know. We all made wild and fantastic guesses. We prescribed, requested, and investigated absolutely everything. And at the end of the day, it turns out it's me gallbladder. It's the thing that supplies bile to your stomach. I have an infection in the ducts. I don't have, which is good for me, I don't have gallstones, which is like they checked it for gallstones, no gallstones, and so they kind of discounted that. They figured I had, stomach ulcers or some sort of infection. Turns out it's actually the, So long story short, I'm having tests. We're confirming whether it's going to clear up with antibiotics. I got the sneaking suspicion that'll be a no. It'll probably stick me back in hospital. They have agreed or want to, as soon as they determine that it can't be fixed with antibiotics, to take out my gallbladder, piece of cake, 6 holes, an hour in surgery, and I'm out of there. And life will go back to being good, I'm hoping. But that's what's happened. I've gone days without sleep, so if you think I'm editing videos on those days, you're nuts. Like, it's the last thing on my mind. The amount of radiating pain in my chest, I thought I was having a heart attack. I thought, the upside is I'm losing weight. I've lost 5 kilograms. Almost inclined to keep the dodgy gallbladder because the change in diet and exercise has resulted in a loss of weight, which I'm very happy about. Even though when you're really, really cooked, that's the last thing you care about. That's enough about me. Let's talk about you. What do you think about me? You think I'm not doing enough videos. I agree. So today I'm feeling okay in the morning, so I'm going to get stuck into today's Daily Shave. Today's Daily Shave is Stubby, which is the K-Shave Works. Beautiful. I love this loft. This loft does not really suit me in the badges, but in the synthetic, it's my favourite, prettiest loft. So into the sink to get some warm water. Today, I'm going to have an oud shave. Sangria di Dosho Oud. It's a weird smell. It's kind of like the oud on Doctor Who. Those freaky things that carry the doodad around. Still not exactly sure what the hell they are. But anyway, I can see the sandalwood. And it is a scented sandalwood, which I really like. Unscented, plain sandalwood, I find as dull as white photocopier paper. Looks pretty, but it's pretty useless. So, it's a bit sweet. Take me bowl, press a bit into it. So, pressing away. Should be enough there to... And the 3 steps. Froth. Broth, add a little more water, and that last step that you take until there's no more steps to be had, your life on here is over. You answer the big question, what comes next? The upside is I'm not dying. I might feel like I'm dying, but I'm very unlikely this is going to be anything more than just a few weeks of inconvenience as we do cardio. No, we're not doing cardio. What the hell are we doing? Next bunch of tests are endoscopy, that's right. So I'm waiting on the information for that. Should be in the next week or 2. Until then, swallow these massive horse pill antibiotics. I swear. Mr. Ed would choke on one of these. They don't like handing out antibiotics anymore. These days, it's go home and get over it the old-fashioned way. If you don't die and it's still in pain, come back and see it. So that's where I've been for 3 months as they try to... they stuck me with so many antacid products, the Rietidine, trying to think. There's so many antacids that literally I don't know what was dissolving my food because it was like pH neutral water in my stomach. Okay. Ooh, that's a nice. While some of the scents for me from PAA are hit and miss scent-wise, the quality of the leather is top-notch, always. Personally, my favourite PAA soap I like this one a lot because it cost me more than all the others. But the one I like the most is the Cold Spice. Douglas's version of Old Spice. I just think he did a fantastic job on that. I like this one. Well, it's a bit weird. I wouldn't say it's the one that leaps out at me. I almost bought it again by mistake. That happens to me once in a while. It's not because I'm forgetful. It's because I go, I really, really wanted that, and I end up buying two of them. So first thing, I'm going to take the... There's got to be a purpose to today's shave. Today's shave is... I know, I should have prepared this earlier. Bite me. I really need an assistant who knows what they're doing. Put that on about 4. Got a blade in there. Go grab another blade. So 2 new blades, 1 in each. Now I'm going to use the Mergrass, but really would have made no difference if I had gone for the... I'll set that one on 4 as well. You're going to go, why the Mergrass? This one's accurate. This one's been lined up when they reassembled it. It's about the only difference besides paying a buttload. It costs as much to do that as the whole rest of the razor. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one side with this, one side with that, and see if I can tell the difference. Size-wise, weight-wise, this is a nice, small, very dexterous texture. D2 DD. Yeah, so what we're going to do is we'll do one side with one, do that one with the grain. And I'm not over shaving so I can compare them. And this one's sitting on the same 4 setting. So let's have a look and a little bit more face feel at 4. But there's one pass. So this year I'm 50. And apparently from about 45 onwards I've started to notice that you're 45, I'm at the peak-ish of the hill, 45 to 50 glasses. And I notice at 50 you suddenly start going, I need to go to the hospital for that. Oh dear, you gotta love getting older. I just pointed out to all you young'uns that are watching me, this is the course of decline that you have waiting for you. So my favourite saying is, life is short and uncertain, eat dessert first. Which I think is a good way to approach life. You discover you're here. Some people want you to spend your whole life wondering why you're here, what's it all for. Or you can just get on with it and go, well, that is what it is. Okay, against the grain, just a straight up pass. I don't mind getting older. I don't mind sharing my story of struggle and way because it's not that bad. You know, you go to hospital. There's only 2 ways out of a hospital, the front door or the back door. The back door leads to the incinerator. I used to have once great faith in hospitals until one day a Christian who was visiting me pointed out that the incinerator outside was where they got rid of all their mistakes. And I thought to myself, that's a good point. Great place to get rid of a body. Incinerator. Anyway. Okay, probably not the Christian come to Jesus moment that he was looking for, but when I got to think about it, I realised he was quite right. Hospitals are only heaven's waiting room. Right, a little bit under the bottom. Fairly even. I gotta say, these two are pretty much on par. Slightly smoother on the progress in feel when you're shaving. You get a little bit more face feel feedback from the razor on the Parker. Now this is not definitive, so don't go, I'm going to run out and buy one tomorrow based on this review. And you're going to go, why? That's why I watch your bloody reviews. If you're not going to do that, recommend a razor. Why? Because the one that's going to shake this up is coming. The one that's going to shake this up is coming, and it is the Rockwell Twist Open. And I've paid for postage, so it can't be very far away. And when I get it from, where did I get it from? I can't remember if it was Kickstarter or Indiegogo or one of those. Once I've got it, that's going to be the real competitor, because price-wise, it's not much more than these. And it's all stainless steel construction. If If you like the longer, you know what? You can almost boil this down to, if you like the longer handle and you don't like the original white bit that comes on the standard one, and you can't be bothered blowing the big dollars just to go up to a machine end, I'd probably say just the standard Merca Progress for shaving face feel. Now the standard one, almost inevitably, their assembly's a bit, you know, it's not super aligned. Doesn't affect the shave. But what it does affect is the fact that if you said to someone, shave on 4, they could be shaving on 3.5 to 4.5, depending on how their razor came out of the factory compared to yours. It's usually about half to 3/4 of a stop out. Now, it's the one thing that the Mergras fixes is when he reassembles these, he aligns them. Why not? You're going to reassemble them, let's do it right. You've got to reassemble it anyway. Well, face feel, good. And is there a winner? So that's sitting on a 4, which for me is a good number. I like 4. 3.5 to 4. I'm slowly eking up on my settings. I think a little bit is you season your face over a period of time, and your face's ability to tolerate and adapt to a sharp blade improves. Because before, I remember 2 to 3 was my, you know, zone. Now, 4, one of these days I'll shave on a 6 and I'm going, haven't they got something more aggressive? Well, I do. I'll just use the R41. I'll just go and get that a smidgen closer again. Just because... Now, I could have probably just done one pass with the slightly more aggressive on the same setting Parker. One thing about the Parkers, they come aligned. There's no two ways about it. They spend a few extra seconds in the thing, so the alignment on these are really good. 0, 0, 1's 1, 2's 2. But face feel, you'd be splitting hairs. Honestly, you'd be splitting hairs. Obviously, you're going to match it with the matching. I like this. This has got a really sweet sandalwoody scent. Really like this. Wow. Wow. Now, it's Australia Day here today. So today we celebrate turning up with the first fleet, dumping our convicts and their overlords on the beach, and saying hi to the Aborigines, move over, we need a bit of space. And the Aborigines didn't ask the question, well, here's the contract, how much space do you need? We'll sell it to you. They made the mistake of just giving it to them. So if you give a person an inch, they took a mile. We now own all of Australia from the east to the west. How's that? At least your Indian's got a box full of bulls. Our one's got, well, not that much. Now, I'd feel sorry for the Aborigines, except in 40 to 60,000 years of them being in Australia, they never invented the bloody wheel in a country that's so friggin' big that it takes, it's like 2,500 kilometres wide and about... I mean, you figure on something that was that friggin' big, you go and invent the wheel just for ease and convenience for getting around. You know, okay, they didn't have to invent the combustion engine, they didn't have to put man on space, but at least 40 to 60,000 years, they should have worked out that something round moves better. No, they just walked everywhere. Upside, didn't cause much in the way of global pollution, not contributing to the ozone layer hole and the rest of it. Downside, by the time we got here, we got a wheel, bugger off. Look, it always sucks to be second if you're getting it in the nuts. I'm Stevie Daily Shaver, giving you Australian History 101, anti-whatever, comments below. No, don't do that. I'm Stevie Daily Shaver, wishing you all the best of shaves, good shaves, and don't knock homosexuals. We all could be one. Apparently, there's a chemical that you Americans love to spray on your corn. There's only one downside. It causes mammals to get a bit weird on their sexual orientation. Male frogs turn into female frogs, mice turn into... So, avoid American corn. It's making you queer. And if not you, your kids are going to turn out even worse. It's been banned. I watched an interesting documentary on it and why the FDA managed to keep it approved. So don't knock it. There's something in your water. Don't drink it. It's dangerous. Drink beer. That's what my dad says. I'm Stevie Daily Shaver, wishing you all the best of shaves. Don't take any of those, please. I'm nuts. I'm high on antibiotics. I'm Stevie Daily Shaver, wishing you the best of shaves. Good shaves and goodbye.
Bearded man, you think that you're so cool, but your face looks like a small marsupial.